Hello and welcome to the Onside Kick. Ricky Widmer here, along with Dave Oster. And in this video, we're going to be talking about some head coaches in the NFL who have been fired as of Monday, and where they could or could not be heading next season. And Dave, the teams that have openings: the Bears, the Eagles, the Cardinals, the Chargers, the Chiefs, the Bills, and the Browns. I believe I got them all.
That's 7.
And two of the biggest team/target is the Cardinals. They've already made their push. Sources say that Andy Reid is close to a deal
already
with the Arizona Cardinals. And you, as a Bears fan, how is that sitting with you? Because I know you want him in Chicago because he references a little Bears super fan.
He does remind me exactly of a super fan from the old SNL skits. If you haven't seen him, go check him out. But no, I could see fitting. Definitely see the fit with the Cardinals. He's a great quarterback coach, genius on offense, and they do have Kevin Cobb there. So as a backup, he's used to Cobb.
But that's the thing, and I'm gonna interrupt you just to say you mentioned Kevin Cobb.
Yeah.
Are they gonna keep him?
I think they'll keep Cobb. Yeah.
Are they gonna use him as a starter?
We'll see who they go after in free agency in the draft. I think he knows what he has in Cobb and knows how to use him though, which is a step up from Ken Wisenhunt. So at least they'll have something on offense, and poor Larry Fitzgerald won't be left alone.
Well, and I mean, not even Larry Fitzgerald.
Yes.
Malcolm Floyd. No, not Malcolm Floyd. Michael Floyd. I always make that mistake, Dave.
You do.
I always call him Malcolm Floyd.
He had a big game. His last game, he had a big game.
I think that I'm going over to San Diego when I say Malcolm Floyd, but we'll get to them a little bit later. Let's talk about Chicago. Lovie Smith, canned. Two of the things he did not do well in his last few years with the Bears: 0-6 against the Packers, and the Bears, since 2004, second fewest yards per game since 2004. The only team below you, and I say you because you're a Bears fan, the Cleveland Browns.
Pretty embarrassing. Pretty freaking embarrassing. Honestly, I think we've realized that, yes, while we have a great defense will not be able to be enough to get us into a Super Bowl. Well, it did once, but that was a weird year. So, okay, winning the Super Bowl. I'll say winning a Super Bowl.
Quarterbacks that were decent. Well, an offense overall that could get the job done.
Yeah. So I'll say a good defense can get you to the playoffs, but not win a Super Bowl. I'll leave it at that. We definitely need to go more offensive here. We had Cutler and Marshall. Our offense still looked abysmal on most days, and we had a couple games where we figured it out, and it was really scary. So it's like, hey, let's see what happens when we bring in an offensive coach and make this work. That's why I wanted Andy Reid, but it looks like he's going to be with the Cardinals, so I'm open up to other coaches. Right now they were talking about
special teams
coordinators of the Cowboys and the Falcons.
I just don't get it. I don't get it.
Yeah, I mean, while they may have a decent reputation, I don't see that as filling the void we need to. I think we need to get somebody more offensive, like Andy Reid, obviously. But if not,
I'm throwing out another name, Holmgren.
Mike Holmgren would be a decent pickup. Obviously, natural enemy from being a Packer.
He's been there before, though.
But he does know what to do with an offense. So I would be happy with Holmgren, and I think he would fit our team really well. If not, we just need to get a decent offensive coordinator in there. I think Mike Tice was okay, but he really couldn't get any consistency out of the team. So maybe pick up like Norv Turner or something as an offensive coordinator.
See, but with Norv, it's kind of like I've heard you say, and I can't help but agree. I don't trust him as a head coach. Trust him 100% as an offensive coordinator.
Exactly. He knows the offense. Just don't let him worry about anything else. So, speaking of Norv Turner, he's old team. What do you think they got going for him?
Well, they have Phillip Rivers and Antonio Gates. I believe those are the only two players they haven't gotten rid of.
It is impressive.
Since Norv Turner's been there. Like, I don't think Tolbert's there anymore. I can't remember.
He's in Carolina.
And I can't help but think that the Chargers, to me, I would go out and I would scan college. And I'm not talking about Chip Kelly. I think, in my opinion, Chip Kelly should stay in NCAA, but that's a topic for a different video. I think that the Chargers, I can't really put, there's so many problems there. They're a team where, if you look at the Bears, I'm going to use them as another example. You fix that offense, and they're a playoff caliber team. They're a top 2 team in the NFC, as shown through their first 8 games of this past season. I believe they went 7-1.
Yeah, when things click good.
But I mean, with the Chargers, yes, you have Phillip Rivers, yes, you have Antonio Gates, but Gates, to me, I feel like he's at the end of his line.
Yeah, he's been battling injuries on and off the last 2 years, actually, so...
And that defense.
Probably need to work on that.
That defense is nothing like Chicago's defense is. I say you go to college, and one coach, I don't know his name, but he's getting high recommendations from one Bill Parcells, the guy at Syracuse. So I say you go ahead, you look for a college coach, someone who... or just someone who can help you draft.
Yeah, they do need some help in that area. I mean, I think their problem has been keeping players on board. They lost Vincent Jackson, they lost LT, they lost Sproles. They just don't pay up for the names to keep them.
Vincent Jackson did quite well in Tampa this year, even though they did not make the playoffs. And I believe Sproles had a good year in New Orleans, too. So
yeah, minus the injury, he had a very good showing.
Two guys doing good in other places, but one coach, Dave, and this is the last thing, unless you want to throw in a Browns thing at the very end.
Not so much.
I kind of feel Romeo Crennel got the short end of the stick. He had 1 season and 2 games.
Yeah, it seems like he got a really short leash there. I mean, most head coaches, you give them 3 years. 3 years is about the average now. And it's like, let's see what you can do. That way you get a draft class in there, and you have something to build with. Romeo Crennel came into a bad team and had 1 year to make everything better. And there's no way you're going to be able to do that, especially with the tragedy that struck him midway through the year.
Not just the tragedy. Matt Castle goes down. And I'm not saying Matt Castle is the Matt Castle that he was in New England.
Obviously not.
Because that's a different system. But, I mean, when you have to work with Brady Quinn for the latter part of your season, it's not going to be good.
No, no.
I feel like Romeo Crennel, wherever he does go, he can do good things, but he might be another guy where I think of him like a Norv Turner. Great coordinator, not quite a good head coach.
All right, and I'll throw you this last one.
Okay, throw it to me.
Not a coach, but a GM slot.
Okay.
The Jets. The Jets leave Rex Ryan in control right now of the team.
That was
but they have a GM slot open. So what do you think? New GM come in there and clean house?
I say you do, and this might seem kind of homer of me because we live here in the beautiful city of Chicago. I say you do the same thing that the Bears did. You find a capable GM like Phil Emery, and you basically say, we gave you the ropes.
Just hand over complete control?
Because, I mean, the one thing that Tannenbaum did that was his greatest demise was the Tebow. He brought in Tim Tebow, and that itself, not because of Tim Tebow's skill or lack thereof, the celebrity that you get with Tim Tebow basically made the Jets the Jersey Shore of the NFL, and it was a train wreck.
And think about this, 2 weeks to a month before signing Tim Tebow, they gave Sanchez a contract extension, and that's going. If they were to drop Sanchez, it would be $17 million in the hole. Yeah, you put your name to the wrong people there. I'm sorry. That was a horrible move to combine the two.
I'm going to be honest. I see in New York the same situation that went on in Chicago this year. Whoever they bring in as GM, I think that after one more season, if the Jets don't turn it around, the new GM might look at Rex Ryan and say, why is he here? What has he done for us lately?
Yeah.
And I think that's the biggest question with Rex Ryan is, what has he done for us lately? Where's that Super Bowl? Where's getting back to the AFC Championship that I think they lost to Peyton Manning and the Colts that year, I believe, in the AFC Championship game? I'm going to have to do my facts on that one. I believe I'm right, but I'll double check. If you can correct me, do it down below. And if you also have any thoughts on Andy Reid going to the Cardinals maybe, who the Bears should take, who the Browns should take, anything. With NFL coaches.
Maybe Lovie going to the Bills? Could happen.
That's another...
Really?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Lovie Smith with the... It'd be interesting. That's all I'm going to say about it. But leave those comments down below. Do not forget to subscribe up above. And last of all, thanks for watching.